Hello, everyone. We welcome you to this edition of News You Can Use. Today on the program, I am so excited. In our first portion of the show, we are going to shine the spotlight on an amazing organization, a business that's been around for 100 years, and they observe their 100th anniversary on January the 31st. So we're going to be talking about Cramer's uniforms today. In our first segment, we'll be talking with the newly installed CEO and president, Mr. Matt Lakin. And then when we turn the page a little bit later on in the show, we're going to hear about an education conference that an organization called CASA will be hosting in Philadelphia. So stay along. Dr. Robin Cooper will be with us in our second segment. We'll be back in just a moment.
Glad to be here, Thera Martin, with you on this edition of News You Can Use.
Very much for having me.
Wow.
Good to
Said,
see
say
you.
they don't want to see you, but you didn't say that. You said you can use Rebooted. I'm Thera Martin, and I am glad to be back at LaSalle TV.
Hello, everyone. We welcome you to this edition of News You Can Use. We're now going to jump right into talking about Cramer's uniforms, and we are so excited. We've got the CEO and president, Mr. Matthew Lakin, with us today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Wow, I could say, well, I want to know all about your business and hear about this great organization. But the truth of the matter is, as a little girl, it's a place where my parents used to shop for my uniforms. I grew up as a Catholic girl going to a number of Catholic schools in the city of Philadelphia. So, I know a little something about
That's
Cramer.
everything. I love you for that. Thank you for your support. Thank you for
Absolutely.
being a customer. Thank you for being part of our extended family. That's what it's all about. And for you to be an example of that's amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely. So Kramer's uniforms, you all have an amazing story to tell 100 years around. How did this wonderful business, how did you all really get started?
So Cramer started in 1926 by my great great grandfather, Charles Cramer. The flagship store located on Frankfurt Avenue, which has changed a couple times. A couple crazy things have taken place, but we've maintained the location on Frankfurt Avenue. The flagship store opened in 1937. Kramer's originally did layettes, christening outfits, communion dresses, suits, high fashion items, which was very cool and very different because now we do school uniforms. So over history, we've had to evolve a couple of times because you don't get to fourth generation without changing it up and evolving multiple times and reinstalling yourself within society. So my grandfather, David Cramer, left the Army and Virginia Tech in 1947 to join our business. So that's my grandfather. That's my main guy, David Cramer. I grew up with him once he retired from our family business. We all do school uniforms. So during back to school season, it's all hands on deck. So from July, August, and September, we all ended up living either with our grandparents or our aunts and uncles because our parents were in the business.
Busy, working.
Absolutely. And then when we could
Mhm.
join, when I was 16 and could drive, I was making deliveries. I was working at the gallery in West Philly. So as soon as we could like get all hands on deck, and I probably was ticketing when I was like 8 years old. So we have everybody involved. But that was when my grandfather
Truly a
joined.
family business, truly a
Truly.
family business.
Absolutely. So my Uncle Warren joined in 1974. That's my guy, Uncle Dubs. Uncle Warren, all the schools in Philadelphia know him. In the 1980s, he kind of started like learning about plaids and ties and school uniforms. And that was kind of like not an East Coast thing yet, but we like had heard of that through fashion grapevines. You hear that there's something out there. There's these school uniforms, they're coming,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So my Uncle Warren kind of slowly but surely got into school uniforms. And in 1982, my Uncle Robert, who just named me CEO around 3 weeks ago, very exciting new title. We're really excited about it. He came in 1982, and he has a background with Price Waterhouse. He's an accountant. He went to Penn. He went to Georgetown. He's a big time smart guy. So when he came in, he kind of changed like profit margins and more like analytics based business things. So my mom came in, Sue Ellen, my mother came in 1984. And she's obviously a woman. So she
Yeah.
brought a different type of like heart and
Mhm.
warmth. And she really looks out for people and she cares about people. And the way
Now,
we've
she
always
did the
been
human resource part of Kramer's,
correct.
right? I had an opportunity to
Absolutely.
interview her just to get prepared for this interview, and your mom is a sweetheart. She's
Thank you.
amazing.
So luckily, she was the heart and soul of the business because she kind of made us warm and lovable and put our roots really down in the community. We hire from our schools, we do business with our schools, we sponsor all the events, we attend
Hmm.
absolutely everything. So our relationship with our partners and with our schools is kind of the most important thing. And I like to think that comes from like the heart and soul and dedication of like really caring about your name and your business and the city of Philadelphia. So
And I know
then
that's right. Yeah.
in 2015, which is like 11 years ago, I came on full time. I had taught third grade previously at People for People Charter School,
Mhm.
800 North Broad in Center
Right.
City, one of our actual uniform partners. So that's pretty cool. And teachers are absolute heroes. Educators, they mold the future. They train the young heroes to go out and make a difference in the world. So without educators and teachers, there's really nothing for us out there. So teaching was really intense and I really enjoyed it, but I thought, what could be cooler than teaching? You know?
Mhm.
So I still get to have fun in schools
Yes.
and help kids and employ them and hire them from the community and attend all the really fun stuff, but I don't have the pressures of being a hero of society, which is what teachers truly are.
I know, I know. It's amazing what our educators are doing. I want to fast forward just a little bit, but to also acknowledge the fact that while, yes, Kramer's is a family business, you all are, it's all in it, and I love that. The people who work for you, I've heard, some of the employees are like a family, generations of employees that
Absolutely.
come back and work for you.
So interestingly enough, I'm 36 years old, and I grew up with Nayshawn Fleming, one of our employees and managers at West Philadelphia.
Mhm.
She's close in age to me, and we grew up together because her great grandmother, Miss Violet Fleming, has
Mhm.
worked with us for 48 years. So then
Okay.
her daughters have worked for us. Her son Cookie's worked for us. Her daughters Shayla and Lisa. Nay Sean works for us now, Nene, and she has two beautiful daughters that hang out and help ticket. They're young, they don't really work, but they help ticket and keep the vibes high. So that's
Love it.
just West Philly. We have another employee, Miss Jessie Hastings. Her entire family's worked for us. She's worked for us for over 45 years. So
Yes.
I've grown up with these families as well. So
Mhm.
they're like my aunts, they're like my
Yes.
grandparents.
Yes. I
So
love
it's
it. I
really been
love it.
amazing. In Frankfurt, we
Mhm.
have Winter Villanueva, who's like a protege of mine. He's been helping me throughout the city spread love and joy and uniformity. We have 8 of his family members, all of whom have attended
Wow.
schools that we do the
Mhm.
uniforms for. They've gone to
Mhm.
Tacony, Community Academy, Mariana Brachetti, Antonio
Yeah.
Pantojas, and we take all the best scholars from the schools,
Mhm.
and then they have great families. So we need all hands
I
on deck
love
during
it.
back
I
to
love
school.
it.
We get your cousins, which end up introducing us to new schools because they
Mhm.
might go to a school we don't necessarily work with, but all of a sudden we're hiring from that school. So without the community and really our customers who
Mhm.
actually are also part of our family, we're
Yes.
kind of like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the community has built us up for 100 years, and we give back, and we love them, and we appreciate them, and we
Love it.
really like to think you get what you pour in. So
Um,
we like to pour in.
Over the years, Kramer's has had how many locations in the Delaware Valley? And I heard you just opened up a new store on Valentine's Day. How
Yes, it
sweetheart
was
that
very cool.
was.
City of Brotherly Love opening on Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
So at one point, Cramer's Uniforms had 14 locations. And I'm not really sure what year that was, but it lined up with the explosion of Gap Kids, like the Gap GAP, which people are well aware of. And for like 3 weeks out there in society, Cramer's Uniforms had more locations than the Gap, which I always think is pretty cool. So we had 14 locations at one point. We currently have 3 brick and mortars.
Mhm.
One is our flagship location, 4628 Frankfurt Avenue. It's located in Northeast Philadelphia and services 40 to 50 schools within that area within a
Mhm.
10 to 15-mile parameter. Then we have 5226 Market Street, 52nd and Market. That's the
Mhm.
super fun
Seen that one.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
popping. That's in West Philadelphia. It
Mhm.
services all the best schools in West Philadelphia. We have global leadership academies down there,
Mhm.
Russell Byers. All the best schools in West Philadelphia go to 52nd and Market. And we recently were excited and blessed to acquire a store in Delaware, Cramer's Uniforms Delaware. It's going to be
Okay.
really wonderful. And that will cater to exclusively schools in Delaware. So
Mhm.
Philadelphia stores will do Philadelphia, and Delaware will do Delaware because it's its own state, but it will still hold like the Cramer's values at heart, hiring from the community, having the best prices, having the best materials. And that's how we're successful. So hopefully we can keep hiring good people and they can keep doing a great job and leading the way.
All right, so for this new day version of Kramer's and some of the other things that you might want to share that I didn't think about in advance of the interview today, what else you want people to know about how awesome Kramer's Uniforms is today, 100 years old?
I love that. Thank you so much. That was such a wonderful introduction.
Yeah.
So the number one thing with Kramer's uniforms is we love what we do. I genuinely would never want to do anything else. Everybody that works with me, my teammates, love what they do. We actually feel like we're the starting point of scholarly success. So before you can like play basketball, there has to be an opening tip. Before the race starts, the red flag, the checkered flag waves, right? Before you can go to school, you have to be in uniform. So before you start your journey to accomplish whatever it is that you're going to accomplish in life and be a hero, you have to come to Kramer's and we help you look your best, dressed for success, and ready to take on today's challenges. So we really love what we do, and we think we're an integral part of success for scholars. We love giving back. We love hiring the scholars once we dress them. A lot of people end up working with us after 12 years of shopping with us. So it really is an incredible culture, an incredible process, and we're truly blessed and lucky and humbled to do what we do.
I think people, when they see the words uniform store, they think about uniforms for schools that students would wear for class and whatnot. But there's other kind of uniforms. You have sports gear now as well.
So interestingly enough, we're in schools very often doing
Mhm.
school uniforms and spreading love and joy and swag and pie days and career days. We're always in schools, and
Mhm.
also in schools are sports teams. And we love sports. We're from Philadelphia,
Yes.
baby, so we're all about the sports. So I thought we're in these hallways. That's the athletic director's office. Let's go say what's up. So we
Mhm.
started doing beanies, we started doing hats, then we got into jerseys. Our jerseys are top notch. We
Mhm.
also sell shoes, belts, socks, all accessories. So
Oh.
Kramer's Uniforms is kind of like a one-stop shop
Mhm.
for all things uniforms, school uniforms, sports uniforms, and accessories. So we're constantly evolving and looking for a new angle. And 2 years ago, sports jerseys really became a big hit for us.
I love it. I love it. Well, we are about to wrap up on the program, but I certainly want you to share the website so that people can learn more
Absolutely.
about Kramer's uniforms, learn the history, because I know we didn't get to say it all today. I wanted to get as much covered as we could, but anything else that you want to share in this last couple of minutes?
Please follow us on social media, www.kramersuniforms.com. We also have two Instagrams, Kramer's Uniforms Delaware, Kramer's Uniforms Philadelphia, and two Facebooks for both Kramers as well. So please follow us, stay up to date on all the sales and pop-ups, and we look forward to helping you in the future. Thank you so much for having me. It was truly a
Thank
pleasure.
you. We are glad to have had this opportunity, and please say hello to your beautiful wife and the baby.
Absolutely.
And we'll
Thank you
continue
so
to
much.
celebrate. 100 years is a big deal. That is a big deal in
Truly.
Philadelphia to stay in business that long and to be successful. You've had some ups, you've had some downs, but more ups and downs, and Kramer's is still standing strong today.
Thank you, Miss Martin. It was a pleasure. Thank you
My
so much.
pleasure as well.
Stay
You are
wonderful.
checking us out on News You Can Use, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We'll have Dr. Robin Cooper joining us. She's the president of a union called CASA. That's the Public School, High School Administrators Union and Principals Union, and she'll tell their story. They've got an education conference coming back to Philadelphia real soon. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Rome. I've played many roles on TV and film, but today I want to speak to you as myself about a cause that's very dear to my heart. The Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund provides free help to those who have cancer and those who wish to prevent it. They've also worked tirelessly on banning cancer-causing chemicals in our homes and neighborhoods. I want to thank them as a mom for protecting our families. Please donate today at the Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund at stopcancerfund.com.
As you go about your daily life, look closer. As you gather with family and friends, look closer. Every year across America, a staggering 4.2 million youth are homeless or trafficked. And for 50 years, Covenant House has worked relentlessly to keep them safe and protected. They get clean clothes, hot meals, medical care, and a safe place to sleep. So look closer at Covenant House. To help or get help, go to covenanthouse.org.
And we're back now. We are so delighted to once again be able to welcome Dr. Robin Cooper to our program, News You Can Use. And she is the president of the CASA Union, Local 502 in the city of Philadelphia. That's the Public School Administrators and Principals Union. You all do such meaningful, such important work. Hello and welcome back to the show, Dr. Cooper.
Hi, Thera. How are you? I am so glad to be here today on this snowy day. On this historic snow. We just keep getting it and getting it, but I am happy to be here.
I think what's keeping me going right now is the fact that the CASA ONE 2.0 conference is coming back to Philadelphia. It's March the 13th through the 15th, an education conference. Tell our viewers what's up.
March 13th through the 15th. You do not want to miss it. This is a brainchild of the school district principals, public school district principals, just in regards to everything educational. You want to learn something about reading and math, you want to come to CASA ONE. You want to learn something about unionism, you want to come to CASA ONE. You want to learn any and everything about the city, you want to come to CASA ONE. This is a one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art, where we are partnering with the school district, the city, and the union. I'm the proud president of Teamsters Local 502, CASA Commonwealth Association of School Administrators. So we are unifiers, and we want to do any and everything to ensure that our students are successful. And so we are having an educational conference. This is our second year that we are bringing those entities together to really talk about education in the city of Philadelphia and what it looks like, especially around celebrating the 250th year anniversary of our city.
Well, I keep having a flashback to last year's conference, and it really touched my spirit how I saw the teachers and the other participants at your conference last year, their conduct, their energy, their spirit. You could tell everybody wanted to be there. Nobody was there because, oh, my boss made me go or I'm forced to be here. That's teachers, our educators. And when I see educators that are as fired up and as engaged as the educators who attended CASA ONE conference last year, it just makes me feel like, yep, our students are still in good hands.
They really are in good hands. I always tell folks, I attended all public schools. I'm a proud product of Philadelphia public schools. Do not sleep on us. We are doing magnificent things. The principals are doing magnificent things. The teachers are doing magnificent things. The children are the product of these magnificent things. So we are excited to bring forth this state-of-the-art educational union. So you don't have to, conference, you don't have to go all the way out to New Orleans. You can be right here in the city of Philadelphia and get any and every topic that you ever thought of. So when we talk about really educating and bringing good topics and making people feel good, so for the longest time, folks are walking around. I tell everybody, you will never see me walking around with my head held low. I am a product of the Philadelphia school system, and I turned out just fine. And I want everyone to have that sense of pride. We talk about our children when they're doing bad. I want us to talk about our children and uplift them and show everybody what kind of people come out of Philadelphia. We have great people who come out of the city of Philadelphia. We don't highlight that. So this is all about the synergy. So you're right there, where everybody who was there, they wanted to be there. It was upbeat energy. We showcased our children the entire weekend, and we had some great talent. We had some great speakers. It was just great the entire weekend. So if you came on Friday, you saw high energy. You saw high energy on Saturday starting at 8 o'clock. You saw high energy on Sunday as we were leaving. Everything was upbeat, and everyone was proud to be a product of Philadelphia, or an instructor of the conference, an instructor of the city. Whichever part you came in on, it was welcomed and it was needed.
So how can people engage? How can they sign up to be a part of this amazing
They can go right to our website. It's Teamsters Local 502 CASA. You could go right to our website and you will see, all you have to do is press on the link that says, CASA ONE Conference. CASA ONE conference. You press on that link, it will take you through it will take you through CASA ONE 2.0 for 2026.
I remember also that as you and your team were putting a name on the conference last year being the first one, and you said, you know what, I want to be in accord with what our mayor is doing because I do believe in the work of our mayor, and she's always talking about one Philly, one city, and so you connected with that, and then you had the mayor come out to be one of the guest speakers during the conference on
Yes.
top of it.
And that was fabulous. I can't take credit for the CASA ONE.
Mhm.
I have a wonderful think tank, and while we are thinking, and I said it all has to make sense because it wasn't just about CASA. It really is about unifying these different pieces because everyone does their part for education, but
Mhm.
oftentimes we do it in silos. So what happens if we all bring those pieces together? And so just thinking of, okay, we know we had a CASA, we know we want everybody to be unified, and we want high energy. And we had, guess what? We had this brand new mayor. So we have this brand new mayor, and her theme was one Philly, one
Yeah.
city, a united city,
Mhm.
all of
Mhm.
those things. And so the team said, well, what do you think about one
Yeah.
Philly? And I
Yeah.
said that. So it's just like CASA and one, and we are
Mhm.
one because we feed into the city. And so
Mhm.
what the city, the resources that they put into our young people, what they give to the school district, and the school district in turn gives to these school leaders to be able to educate our children,
Mhm.
it will take all of us to unite this city. And so we just thought the one was absolutely great. So in keeping with our mayor, we just thought it was the greatest theme ever. So we were
Mhm.
CASA ONE.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that, and I thank the mayor for her vision of having a one Philly, a united city.
One of the things that I also have to respect you for, and I admire greatly, is the way that you and your union have thus far had the ability and I believe the desire to want to try to support the superintendent of public schools for Philadelphia, Dr. Watlington. And so while you may not always be on the same page, or might not always agree on everything, somehow through your leadership style, you've been able to keep a positive relationship going with our school district and the leaders there, and they were a pretty impressive part of your conference last year too, and they'll be back this year also,
They'll
right?
be back this year. Yes, they will be back. The mayor will be back. We are
Mhm.
super excited just in regards to
She's the
everybody.
education mayor anyway.
She's the education mayor. She's the education mayor. But I do have an affection for Dr. Tony B. Watlington, who is I don't even know if we could say new anymore because he's been here for roughly 4 years.
Mhm.
But just a breath of fresh air. And people do not believe that we do argue. We argue. But what's good about it is it's a healthy dialogue. It's constructive debates. And what's great is we each get our voice to say how we see things. And I think that's the only way you can make things work if you actually listen to opposing viewpoints. So
Mhm.
we don't always agree, but we always agree that we're here for the children and we want to see what's best for the children of Philadelphia. So it's been a pleasure just working for and
Yeah.
with the Watlington administration.
Okay. Now, by the time people see this particular show, we will definitely be into Women's History Month. They may even see it after Women's History Month into the month of April. But I want to recognize the fact that you are one of our leading women leaders of the city of Philadelphia, and one of few women that is the head of a union.
Well, yes, I am the first African American to run my local. I'm the first African American woman, the first African American, and the first woman, period. So I always call it the three first. And it's actually important. And I always encourage folks like, why don't we come out for the leadership? We make up more than half of the union, but we don't come out. We stop at a certain level and say that's it. So I am one where I just try to encourage folks to just stand up. Women can be good leaders too. And so I have great support. I have great support from the Philadelphia school principals, and I'm always in awe of how they uplift me. But I have a lot of support in the city too, Thera, you being one such great positive support. And I just think that when folks rally around you in Philly, it's just like a village. It's truly a village. And the theme of our conference is one village, one voice, and one village. And so I just really love the village concept because when people uphold you, you can't go wrong.
That's right. That's right. And we need a village to raise our children. Yes, we do. We cannot do it alone. We cannot do it by ourselves. Dr. Robin Cooper, our guest in this portion of our program, and we're just so delighted for this opportunity to have you with us. I need you to put out that website again for educators, for teachers, even retired teachers are welcome to come to the conference, right?
Yes, everybody is welcome. Parents, community, any and everybody is welcome. It's Teamsters Local 502 CASA. That is the website. You could go right up. You could sign up for it. We will be at the Hilton at Penn's Landing. We're coming inward. We will be at the Hilton at Penn's Landing, and we have a lot of exciting activities. We have folks we're honoring. We are honoring City Council person Catherine Gilmore Richardson. We are
Mm-hmm.
honoring Senator Vincent Hughes. We are honoring Sean Joseph, Dr. Sean Joseph, who is the interim superintendent of Prince George's County. We are honoring our district attorney, Larry Krasner. So we have some wonderful things that are set up for this conference, in addition to all of the educational topics. If you're talking AI, you don't want to miss this conference. We have Dr. Bill Daggett, who is an AI guru. We are excited to have him. And we also will have a special guest coming from the state of Tennessee. So we are excited that Justin Perry will be with us. So we are pulling out all of the stops just to make sure that everyone understands that this is a big conference celebrating 250 years of Philadelphia history, while
Education.
also that's history in itself. And we couldn't do it anywhere but in Philadelphia. And we hope that you will join us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so excited. I know I'm looking forward to being there once again. Dr. Robin Cooper, thank you for being our guest.
You are
And
more than welcome.
as we close out on this edition of our program, I wanted to take just a couple of seconds to thank our mayor, Sherelle Parker, and the streets department, the Office of Clean and Green with Mr. Carlton Williams, and also everybody else who was involved with helping to get our city cleaned up after the first ice storm we had, and then the second one that we're in, even as we're recording this show. I truly believe that our mayor and the city of Philadelphia team, those responsible for dealing with this kind of stuff, did the very best they could do, and they're doing even better on the storm that we're experiencing right now as we are putting this show in the can. So hats off to you, Mayor Sherelle Parker, and to your entire team for all the great work that you're doing and continuing to do to make our city stronger and better all along the way. That's it for this edition of News You Can Use, and we'll be back next time. Thanks for checking us out. Bye-bye.